What if I told you that the cure for Alzheimer's, a breakthrough in schizophrenia treatment, or revolutionary cancer therapy could be just around the corner? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, 2024 might just be the year when these medical miracles become reality. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on 5 medications that are potential lifelines for millions. And they're here, now, in 2024. Number 5. KarXT. We start our journey with KarXT, a revolutionary medication developed by Corona Therapeutics. This drug is poised to transform the treatment of schizophrenia. What makes Carlex so special? Well, it's the first new approach to treating schizophrenia in several decades. Unlike current therapies, KarXT doesn't work on the dopamine or serotonin systems in the brain. Instead, it uses a unique dual mechanism of action that targets muscarinic receptors. The drug combines 2 compounds, xanomeline and trospium. Xanomeline works in the brain to address the symptoms of schizophrenia, while trospium helps manage the potential side effects. This clever combination allows Carlex to harness the therapeutic benefits of xanomeline while minimizing unwanted effects. Carlex's journey to potential approval has been quite exciting. In clinical trials, it demonstrated significant improvements in schizophrenia symptoms. What's more, it did this without some of the common side effects associated with current antipsychotic medications, such as weight gain or movement disorders. The medical community is eagerly waiting the FDA's decision on KarXT. The agency has set a target date of September 26, 2024 to make this decision. If approved, KarXT could offer a new lease on life for many people struggling with schizophrenia. The potential of KarXT has gone unnoticed in the pharmaceutical industry. In fact, Bristol Myers Squibb was so impressed by this medication that they acquired Corona Therapeutics for a whopping $14 billion in December 2023. Number 4. Donanemab. Next on the list is Donanemab, a medication developed by Eli Lilly that's generated a lot of excitement in the fight against Alzheimer's disease. This devastating condition affects millions of people worldwide, and finding effective treatments has been a major challenge for researchers. Donanemab is part of a new class of drug that targets amyloid plaques in the brain, which are believed to play a crucial role in the progression of Alzheimer's disease. What sets Donanemab apart is its impressive performance in clinical trials. In a major study, Donanemab showed it could slow cognitive decline by 35% compared to a placebo. That's significant improvement that could translate to a precious extra month or even years of better cognitive function for people with Alzheimer's. The drug also reduced the risk of advancing to the next stage of the disease by 39%. These results are particularly noteworthy when compared to other drugs in the class. For instance, Leqembi, another recently approved Alzheimer's medication, showed a 27% reduction in cognitive decline in this trial. While we should be cautious about making direct comparisons between different studies, these results suggest that Donanemab could potentially offer even greater benefits to patients. If approved, Donanemab could offer new hope to millions of people affected by Alzheimer's disease. While it's not a cure, the potential to significantly slow the progression of this devastating condition could have a profound impact on patients and their families. Number 3. Sotatercept. Moving on to the third game-changing medication, we have Sotatercept, developed by Merck & Co. This drug is aimed at treating pulmonary arterial hypertension, a rare but serious condition that affects the blood vessels in the lungs. What makes Sotatercept stand out is its novel approach to treating PAH. Current treatments for this condition mainly work on dilating the blood vessels. Sotatercept, on the other hand, targets the underlying cause of the disease at the cellular level. It's what we call a first-in-class treatment, meaning it works in a completely new way compared to existing therapies. Sotatercept is an activin receptor type IIA Fc fusion protein. In simpler terms, it acts on specific proteins that are involved in the development of PAH. By doing this, it aims at not just managing symptoms, but potentially modifying the course of the disease itself. The potential of Sotatercept has generated a lot of excitement in the medical community. In fact, Merck was so convinced of its promise that they acquired the company developing it. Acelyrin Pharma for a substantial $11.5 billion in 2021. This investment shows just how much potential Merck sees in this medication. For patients with PAH, Sotatercept could be a game changer. PAH is a progressive disease that, if left untreated, can be life-threatening. By offering a new approach to treatment, Sotatercept could potentially improve the outcome and quality of life for these patients. Number 2. Datopotamab Deruxtecan. Our fourth game-changing medication brings us to the field of oncology. Datopotamab Deruxtecan, often referred to as Dato-DXd, is a promising new cancer treatment developed through a collaboration between AstraZeneca and Daiichi Sankyo. Dato-DXd belongs to a class of drugs called antibody-drug conjugates. These are sophisticated medications that work like a guided missile against cancer cells. The antibody part of this drug seeks out specific targets on cancer cells, while the drug part delivers a potent anti-cancer compound directly into those cells. This targeted approach aims to maximize effectiveness while minimizing side effects on healthy cells. What's particularly exciting about Dato-DXd is the potential to treat multiple types of cancer, including lung cancer and breast cancer. In clinical trials, it has shown promising results on non-small cellular lung cancer, NSCLC, and certain types of breast cancer, particularly in patients who have not responded well to other treatments. For instance, in patients with HR-positive, HER2 low or negative breast cancer, Dato-DXd significantly improves the progression-free survival. This means patients treated with the drug went longer without their cancer growing or spreading compared to those on standard treatments. These results are particularly encouraging for patients with limited treatment options. However, it's important to note that the development of Dato-DXd hasn't been without challenges. There have been some safety concerns, particularly related to lung damage in small numbers of patients. Despite these concerns, the overall benefit-risk profile of the drug is still considered favorable, especially for patients with limited alternatives. AstraZeneca and Daiichi Sankyo are expected to file for FDA approval soon, with a potential launch after this year or early in 2025. If approved, Dato-DXd could become a valuable new tool in the fight against cancer, potentially offering hope to patients who have exhausted other treatment options. Number 1. Acoramidis. Last but certainly not least on our list is Acoramidis, a medication developed by BridgeBio Pharma. This drug is aimed at treating a condition called transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM for short. It's a type of heart disease that, while not as well known as some others, can be very serious. What makes Acoramidis special? Well, it's what we call a TTR stabilizer. In patients with ATTR-CM, a protein called transmethrin becomes unstable and forms clumps in the heart, causing damage. Acoramidis works by stabilizing this protein, potentially slowing down or even stopping the progression of the disease. The results from clinical trials of Acoramidis have been quite impressive. In a large phase 3 study, the drug was linked to a 30% reduction in cardiovascular-related deaths compared to a placebo. That is a significant improvement that could translate to longer, healthier lives for patients with this condition. Acoramidis is now under review by the FDA, and BridgeBio is hoping for approval soon. If it gets the green light, it would enter a market currently dominated by Pfizer's drug Tafamidis, sold as Vyndaqel and Vitamax. While Tafamidis is expected to remain the market leader, there is plenty of room for Acoramidis to make its mark. In fact, analysts predict that Acoramidis could generate sales of around $1 billion by 2028. That is a substantial figure that reflects the high hopes for this medication. BioBridge's CEO, Neil Kumar, is particularly optimistic about the drug's prospects, believing it to be the best at reducing the toxic protein involved in ATTR-CM. BridgeBio is also planning to address one of the main challenges with current treatments for ATTR-CM, the high cost. They are looking at ways to make it easier for patients to access and stay on the medication, which could give them an edge in this competitive market. If approved, Acoramidis could offer a new option for patients with ATTR-CM, potentially improving outcomes and quality of life for those affected by this serious heart condition. And there you have it, a glimpse into the future of medicine through these 5 game-changing medications of 2024. If you found this information valuable, hit the subscribe button right now to stay up to date with the latest medical breakthrough and health insights. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to click that bell icon too. It ensures you'll be notified as soon as we release new videos. Trust me, with the pace of medical advancements these days, you won't want to miss a single update. Lastly, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you or a loved one ever been affected by any of the conditions we've discussed today? Are you excited about these new medications? Or maybe you know of other promising treatments on the horizon? Drop a comment below.